I'm taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Now, Canelo and Skull, like now we have kind of different points. I know me and P have different things. Like I thought the card was fine until the main event, and P didn't like any of it. G didn't like too much.
Yeah, I was just, I mean, like it was like, there was some parts I was like, okay, whatever, it's all right. And then as the card just progressed, I was just like, this shit stinks.
Yeah. The opener was good, and it was opener. I guess had decent action compared to the rest of the fucking weekend with FA and Bacoli.
Yeah, like I mean, Ajaba and Bacoli, that was a good fight. Like I enjoyed the heavyweight.
FA should have won that. I felt like.
Yeah, and that shit pissed me off because the fucking wrong guy won, or the wrong guy. Like, it was a draw. So like it was shit. Like Bacoli came in looking like an even fatter piece of shit that didn't do anything. Ajagba looked decent, nice jab, but then half the time he was getting rocked and then fucking moving backwards and not doing enough. I still thought he did enough to win the fight, but it was by the end of the fight I was like, oh, okay, this was a good fight to start off with, and then towards the end I'm just like, okay, let's just get it over.
I picked FA points, but I had a feeling they were going to do a draw just because Bacoli's kind of a turkey guy, right? You know, so
because Bacoli is still trending over that Jared Anderson KO. Like that's probably the one thing from that Bud pay-per-view that's still trending is him knocking it. Because I see every week I see someone reposting that shit on my algorithm.
Yeah, they always bring
hundreds of comments like, "Ooh, goddamn!" Like, what did they look what he did to that boy? That type of shit. He's still trending hard off that. So yeah, Turkey's keeping him around because it's like, okay, because I mean it's not because Bacoli was rocking Ajaba at times, like to the point where I thought a stoppage could have occurred at least 2 different times because Ajaba was just like taking punishment on the ropes too much, But like I said, Ajaba probably should have won that, but he also didn't do himself any favors by getting rocked too many times on the ropes, and that's what the judges probably saw. Bacoli's still going forward, and also Ajaba just moving around too much. Even though, like, I appreciated the movement, but and then after that we had Saras and Munguia too. Again, it was a decent fight. I didn't hate it.
Shit fight.
I mean, Saras is better than advertised, but Munguia is
shocked.
Yeah, Munguia. I expected Munguia to actually get rid of dude.
Fighter.
Yeah.
Is it me or Munguia? Is he kind of? I'm gonna say the word ruined, but he had a plateau. Like
I never thought he was that good to begin with.
I know, but I mean,
he had his moments.
But once upon a time, he was like 23, 24, and I saw some potential in him. But now it's just he's kind of plateaued. I feel like
honestly, and I hate this. I mean, I don't hate to say it because I don't really care. I don't give a fuck about either of them. I don't think highly of either of them. But at this point, I think I would favor Berlanga to beat Munguia, and that's saying a lot.
Me too, Loki. I agree with you.
And I can't even. I mean, I would still think Munguia could beat him, but I wouldn't even be mad at you for even putting money on that shit, especially if Berlanga's like an betting underdog. Like,
well, like Sarasi is not a heavy, big puncher. Like, and he had Munguia timid. Like,
well, no, I would say that Saras has. For a guy that has like 4 KOs,
hold on. I'm not saying he's feather-fisted, but he's not the biggest puncher. Like,
right.
I think Berlanga's a bigger puncher than Sarasi. So if he's afraid of fucking Sarasi's, because he's tasted Sarasi's power, and look what it did to him. Shit, if Berlanga clips him, he might get him out of there.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because it seemed like. Yeah, Munguia just to know because he was that right cross, was like that was like because every time he kind of sort of landed it, you saw him he panicked a little bit.
That wasn't the same Munguia that would just go balls to the wall. That's not the same guy.
Yeah, but I will say that Saras is tougher because, like I said, Saras's footwork was not the greatest though, but he could take some. He had a good like.
I feel like we'll probably see Saras again. Saras will be in the mix somewhere. He'll be around.
Yeah, I had no problem. Like, Saras is like, okay, maybe this guy is just like one of those diamond in the roughs. So let's see what he's like against other 168 pounders. But yeah, Munguia, the fact that Munguia couldn't really knock him out, he came in with a better plan, but he couldn't knock him out. It was just like, and he was telling him, it's like, it's not the type of win, but it's a win that I guess you can build a momentum on, But yeah, but it's clear that it is clear that Munguia is starting to see better days, and so is Badu Jack, and in this fight against McKillian.
Even though he won the fight, there was a lot of struggle.
It was a hard fight to watch. Badu Jack's never really boring. He always gives you a good fight, but he's 43 now. I think it was kind of whatever. I knew he'd win. He did win, but
he stunned dude like at least 4 different times in that fight. Like he rocked him, like to the point. I think one of them he kind of slept him for a brief second, and he recovered. So it's like, but yeah, you can tell like Badu was working, but you could tell that 40-year-old engine was really like it was starting to sputter a little bit, like put. It was trying like So, but like I said, McKillian just got hit. To me it was a cool fight. I didn't mind it. Like it was, but you could Badu should really think carefully now about because he's older and he's fighting at a cruiserweight where people are hitting a lot harder and shit like that. So, if there's any time to think about exit strategy for him, he should do it like now. So, because I would hate to see like a Superman type of ending happen to him because he stayed around too long and he fought a young cruiserweight and that young cruiserweight like levels him, But
it's bound to happen.
Yeah. But I do appreciate though one thing though Badu. You can tell Badu has you can tell Badu was again another person that spent a lot of time with the Mayweathers. Badu put out a lot of like veteran tricks in that fight. Like there was some serious veteran tricks that he was using to keep himself in that fight, even as his engine started to go put, like So like I appreciated seeing that, but yeah. Exit strategy, like if you wanted to get that fight with Jaya Patea, do it and just get out. Like, yeah, like you don't have anything to prove anymore. And I wanted to actually see him go for a heavyweight title, but yeah, I think that's just foolhardy. Like I don't, he should. Like,
that's just a pipe dream, pie in the sky.
Yeah, I know, but then after that, like the event took a dive in the main event, and like I said, William Scull should have never been in this spot at all. Like he should have never gotten the belt. Like Canelo should have just fought Benavidez, and he would have avoided facing Skull. And
it was like a necessity because he had that belt.
Yeah, and
my god, he didn't need the belt.
Because why? Because we're gonna talk about next.
He didn't need the belt. Give fucking Skull the belt and go on for a better fucking fight.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Low key though, I ain't gonna lie. Skull kind of won that fight. You could argue. But...
Hell
no.
I mean, hear me out. Canelo won the first round without landing.
Dude. Like, at times, Skull felt like he was a fucking Cuban Charlo. Like, bro, like, dude would poke the jab and then back up. Like he was like avoiding him half the fucking time.
Yeah, like, and funny thing is too is like, and this is the thing I don't understand. The object of the sport is hit and don't get hit. What is this don't hit and don't get hit shit that I'm seeing? This was in the Friday card, and I saw that in this fight, like, and this was number 3 in the copy box. Like, Canelo, you can tell Canelo's legs are shot because Canelo has fought movers before. He has fought movers before. He crushed Billy Joe Saunders with one punch. He fought Laura. He was able to land body shots on Laura when Laura was doing this thing. He's fought enough movers where he knows how to handle it. And instead, all he did basically, it was like almost like a glorified sparring session going slightly wrong because fucking Skull, because Skull was landing counters, but he was spoiling. Like all he wanted to do was just move around the ring and just pot shot. Like he was cracking Canelo in his forehead. You could tell Canelo was not happy with getting cracked in the forehead like that, and it was just like, but Skull just didn't want to engage, and he was just and he's like bigger than Canelo. Like he just did not want to engage at all. He just wanted to move around the ring and just pecking and poking and shit like that. That is no way to win a fucking title from a champion, especially someone like Canelo. And Canelo just wasn't throwing. Canelo threw like 125 punches in a 12-round fight. What kind of shit is that? And this motherfucker had enough to be all beat red and shit. Like he actually ran like 4 miles and shit. Like, you didn't throw anything. Why are you fucking flushed? Like, seriously. It was a struggle. And this is when I was struggling to kind of stay awake because I was like, Jesus Christ, this is so bad. I remember I was drinking mad water, drinking love, just different shit. Yeah, like this fight should have never been, and Skull pretty much had a chance to do something, and he blew it. So, whatever the millions that Turkey is facing, yeah, he's gonna go back to fighting fights that, to a promoter that doesn't have a TV network, because literally that's what he deserves.
He's gonna be fighting in Germany on Thursday our time, Thursday afternoon our time, Thursday at 2:00. Shit.
Yeah, exactly, and he deserves it. Like, there's no sympathy. Like, you get a shot like this, and you decide to go move around and stuff like that. And then, one judge actually liked that shit because he gave Canelo fight 115, 113.
He supposedly got $3 million for this, so hey, can't knock the hustle, I guess. But
he got $3 million. But yeah, that he's never gonna see that type of purse again. Canelo got like what, 40, 50, something like that, maybe even more. And it was and Canelo was out there bitching too. Well, I don't like to fight these movers. Then why the fuck did you fight him? Yeah, if you didn't like to fight movers, why the fuck did you fight him?
Oh, if you don't like to fight movers, here's a brilliant idea. Learn to fucking cut the ring off.
Yeah. Canelo. Let me ask you real quick. Is Canelo washed?
Yes,
he is.
To the point where we're arguing that, honestly, he's so washed. We are arguing about him, a guy that's coming up 2 weight classes, being a 50-50 fight with him. That is not good.
See, I'm a blood truther. I was favorite blood, but it worries me now because
I don't care how you try to spin that. That is not a good thing.
But it's concerning now. The new thing is now people thinking Bud's gonna win. That concerns me a little bit with this fight. Like, now that's all I'm hearing now. Bud's gonna win from random people.
Yeah. So, Pilot, can you bring up the poll? Because I think we did a poll on that.
We do one. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, it was such an anticlimactic. Because who's gonna want to hear Canelo's next point? Like, Canelo Crawford, if you're gonna announce that, should have had more pomp and circumstances type of shit. Like, it should have been like a big. Like, hell, they don't even have an official poster. Like, I thought that shit would have already been made.
Shit was so awkward. Anyways, I got the poll. We did ask after last night, quote unquote, Saturday night's last fight. Are you more or less confident in Bud Crawford's chances beating Canelo? 14 votes. 79% saying they're more confident. 7 less. 14% saying the same. However they felt before.
Yeah, and truthfully, like the fact that 79% said for 14, and I know that number will go up. I mean, can you blame them? Like, you really can't.
But the thing is, Bud will come to fight, right? So he's not going to be dancing like that. But Canelo looks so washed. Like, whatever your foot, like, Canelo never had the best footwork, but he had a little bit of diversity in his footwork. Now it's like maybe the plodding and everything has got to him. He just looks so sluggish and slow. Like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. He looks that washed to me, and like.
Yeah, and the fact that the knockouts have definitely stopped coming for him. So it's like the people you expected he would knock out. He's not knocking him out. Like Skull, he didn't even come close to knocking Skull.
I heard him once. No, you didn't. And I know Canelo's been professionally boxing for about 20 years. A lot of treading tires, but he regressed a lot. And maybe he'll bring it for Bud. Maybe we'll see one last vintage Canelo. But I don't know.
Yeah, and obviously with that fight, obviously as it's for September 12th. It's gonna be on a Friday night too, which is even more wild.
Does not conflict with college football.
Yeah, of course. Yep, because college football kind of rules sports. So they don't want to do that. So Yeah, that's the crazy shit. It's on a Friday. A big fight like this is on a Friday fucking night.
That's another reason why Canelo is doing the worst faces of boxing, because no way in hell the face of boxing should lose out on a Saturday. They should have that booked already.
Yeah, that, or if not in Vegas, because I know, book it somewhere else. But yeah, there's no way. Like there are other stadiums in Vegas. I'm pretty sure all of them are not being used for that particular day. But yeah, no, it was anticlimactic and it was awkward. Just announcing it, and it's like you could tell they were forcing it. So it's like, I mean, and you should never have to force a fight like that because it has buzz already. But like you're doing this and then you're posting them facing each other in various places in Riyadh. Come on, like nah, like that's the shit in it. So like yeah, that the Riyadh card, Turkey dropped it was a dud. Like the main event killed that card. Like it could have been mid, or could have been straight average. But yeah, that main event killed that card. Like three fights that that make it into a top 5 of a combat record of least number of punches thrown. Like honestly, these fights are supposed to be like aberrations. Like just like when we watched Robert Easter and fucking Francis Barthélemy, and that was a horrific fight.
We literally got 3 Regal versus Casamaros this weekend. Casemiro, sorry.
Yeah, Casemiro, Rigo. Yeah, that was a tear. Like these fights
got three of them shits.
Yeah, like those supposed to be spaced out. We got 3 of them in one fucking weekend. 2 of them in one night.
Low key, Canelo Scull was very reminiscent of that Casemiro Rico fight.
It was, and that's why it was just like Jesus Christ, like what is wrong with people? But then you also get people like they're getting paid a lot now, so most of them are probably just making business decisions. Like what, Turkey's paying me all these millions and shit like that. The fuck am I gonna do? Just throw myself and just try to get into all these wars? Like, nah, self-preservation. And they all fight. Like, they all fight.
Out of here! What kind of pussy ass shit is that?
Yeah, it was a lot of business decisions in those fights. Like,
and that's why we need to start making business decisions to not support that bullshit.
Yeah. Turkey has got to tighten up. Whatever. Like if you're gonna throw the bag at somebody, you better make sure that they actually want to fight, or they're in the mood to fight, or the other way. But yeah, I don't ever want to see back-to-back fight cards like that again. Like it felt like a waste of my time, and I hate when boxing makes me feel like that. If I wasted my time, I could have done something else. But when I watch 2 cards in a row, one of them better be fucking good. Not just like average at best.
This is a bad look,
and just horrific for all the fights. Like nah.
A couple of my friends is like an MMA guys are trying to say, "See, boxing." I'm like, man, fuck you, because it was a bad look for boxing. For Saturday night, I was thinking, damn, Turkey's ruining boxing with some of the shit with these past 2 cards. It's a bad look. It was really bad. Really boring cards.
Yeah.